Well, my friends, following a week of questions about Royal Caribbean's stance on pay for pizza, it looks like we finally have an answer, and it's coming straight from the top. Michael Bailey himself, plus Hilary. She's causing problems for cruisers this weekend. Oh, and Virgin Voyages, they broke their ship. Let's roll the intro. Welcome to the Midships channel. I'm your Captain Corey. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel today. And it looks like we know the answer as to whether or not Royal Caribbean will actually be charging us for pizza in the promenade. In case you've been living under a rock for a week or so, last week reports started circulating on the interwebs that Royal Caribbean had sent out some questionable customer survey questions. Well, I guess all questions are questionable, but these would be objectionable customer service questions orbiting around the idea of charging cruise passengers for pizza in the promenade on board Royal Caribbean's ships. And this enraged the Royal Caribbean faithful, the loyal to royal folks, as some would say, causing a cacophony of cruise fans to simultaneously scream, "No! No!" And it appears that Royal Caribbean International President and CEO Michael Bailey is listening to you and your concerns as he's taken to social media to say, calm down, y'all, calm down. We have your definitive answer now of whether or not you may one day be charged for Sorrento's pizza. And look, I completely get the feeling of betrayal that you have as a cruise passenger, hearing that a cruise line is even considering charging you for something as mundane as pizza on board their ship. After spending, well, it's Royal Caribbean, so after spending thousands of dollars just to be on said ship for what you thought was an all-inclusive cruise, I don't understand what's been going on since the pandemic restart. All we've seen in cruising is a reduction in service and amenities amongst a rise in fees across the board. There's no arguing that cruises are getting worse while they get more and more expensive every day. And this is a culture that I think needs to be squashed, put to rest. This culture of giving less and asking for more from us as paying passengers. Well, frankly, I've had enough of it, and I think you have too, and it seems Pizzagate may have been the straw that broke the cruiser's back. But Mr. Bailey, CEO for Royal Caribbean International, updated us cruise faithful addressing the Pizzagate survey to assure guests there will be no charge, no change whatsoever in your pizza experience on Royal Caribbean. So we know the answer now to Pizzagate. What are your thoughts on this? And are you glad the top dog finally came out and put this rumor to bed? That said, seeing a CEO come out and directly address consumer backlash is just what we need as cruisers. And if you're glad about this, and if you want to celebrate the fact that you get a little extra money now because you don't have to buy your pizza on your Royal Caribbean cruise, well, why don't you head on over to the Midships Amazon store with those extra few dollars and stock up on cruise essentials before you hop on board one of Michael Bailey's cruise ships. In there, you can find everything I take with me on every single cruise, including the Royal Caribbean sailings, like the one I'll be on next month. Yeah, there's a link in the description down below if you want to check it out. I appreciate you. Moving on, I know a lot of you out there in the Midships family absolutely adore Virgin Voyages. Now, Virgin Voyages, they've got a ship called Scarlet Lady, and apparently she's having some trouble with her engine. Some maintenance is needed, so much so that they're now impacting and changing the itinerary completely for Scarlet Lady for at least one sailing. But I think this is newsworthy because Virgin Voyages, they're kind of an upstart cruise line still. Let's be honest, they don't have the infrastructure, the experience of solving problems that, say, a Royal Caribbean or a Carnival have. So we're going to need to watch pretty closely on how they respond and take care of business the first time they're really seeing a large maintenance issue crop up with one of their ships. Now, they claim this is routine engine maintenance that's just taking longer than anticipated to fix. Well, if something is routine and it's not taking a routine amount of time, is it really all that routine? In my book, I don't know about you, if my car goes in for a routine oil change and they keep it overnight, there's probably something wrong with the car beyond needing an oil change. So we're going to be watching this pretty closely. I'll be watching it in particular because, well, I'm trying to get on board that specific ship in early December. But for now, we got to keep the cruise news rolling. We're talking about Hilary. No, not the Clinton. We're talking about the Hurricane Hilary. There's some bad news for cruisers looking to take Mexican Riviera cruises this weekend. You're going to be facing down the barrel of a hurricane. As recently identified by NOAA, the National Hurricane something Center, Hilary is believed to pose significant threats for cruisers. Anyone departing from Southern California, heading down towards the Mexican Riviera, the whole Baja Peninsula, could all be affected over this weekend. Now, this weekend, cruisers can expect to be directly impacted by heavy rains, strong winds, rough seas, and there's at least a handful of cruise ships that may be in the path of Hilary. So make sure you keep a lookout here for all the updates on Hurricane Hilary impacting cruises. Remember, we are getting into peak hurricane season. We've got about 80% of the risk of hurricane season still ahead of us. If you made it this far into today's episode, well, gosh darn it, thank you. You're an amazing person. I would ask you to consider subscribing if you haven't already, because, well, if you can put up with me for 10 minutes, you should be able to put up with me for 10 minutes a day, right? While you're down there subscribing, leave a huge thumbs up on this video if you are so glad we're not going to be paying extra for pizza on Royal Caribbean. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel today. And until tomorrow, we'll see ya on the Midships. Oh, my remote almost fell there. La 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 la.